Most books that describe demonstrations involving electricity also talk about fuses. And so what I've done here is to try to make a fuse using aluminum foil, and I've taped the aluminum foil to some masking tape and then cut a very narrow strip with a utility knife, one of these knives, to make then a real narrow strip. Then I can connect my fuse with a clip in series with my light bulb on the circuit board. And when I connect the other end of my fuse, the light bulb goes on. Now a fuse is supposed to burn, so the metal will burn and melt when a short is generated. So let me generate a short. So I'll take the other end from my cells in series and connect that now to the fuse. And let's try that again. So connect it back to my circuit board, put it back, and my light still lights up. It's very difficult making a fuse that will actually burn using aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is an excellent conductor and does not burn very readily. And I'm not sure how the fuses that they describe in many textbooks actually work, because this one certainly did not, and I tried to make it very thin. Let's try to make a fuse using some steel wool. First of all, I'm just going to take a piece of masking tape and tape that down on the counter so it doesn't move around. I take a strand of steel wool from the pad and twist it so that it forms a double pair, and then I stretch that across the tape. Then I take a piece of aluminum foil and tape that to the tape, leaving a small gap between the two pieces. And there now is my fuse. And we can take our scissors and just cut the ends off. And I have then a fuse. Now let's test it. We'll test it using our circuit board. So there we have our light. I'll connect one end of the light to my fuse. I'll connect one end of the batteries in series to the other end of the fuse. And then I take the other lead and connect it to the light bulb. And lo and behold, it is illuminated. Now let's see what happens when we have a short. I'll take my fuse and connect it to the other end of the battery directly. Oh, it heated up and burned out. And if I now connect it in series with the light bulb, it no longer lights up. And you can see on the fuse where the metal, the iron, actually burned. And so this fuse works reasonably well. It's a bit of work to make, but at least it shows the students that when you overload a circuit, the heat that is generated causes the fuse wire to melt.